Hi, my name is Alea Wood, and I will be talking about the history of DNA. Have you ever asked yourself the question, why my eyes are this color, why is my hair this texture, or any question as to why we look the way we do? All of our features come down to our genetics. Those genetics are family traits that are passed down through the bloodiness. It all comes down to what is considered the fundamental building blocks of our life. Our DNA, everyone is different in their own way, mostly because we all have different DNA. Today I'd like to share with you about what is DNA, ways it could be used, and the pros and cons of DNA. Deoxyribonucleic acid, a self-replicating material presented in nearly all living organisms as the main constitutive chromosomes. It is a carrier of genetic information. DNA was found in 1868 by a Swiss medical student named John Mischke. Mischke was working with pus from a surgery, and where he was researching the white platelets. It was in these white platelets that he found the guideline booklet to making our identity. Note that DNA is in each living being. The information of the DNA is stored in a code made up of 4 chemical bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. Human DNA consists of about 3 billion bases, and more than 99% of those bases are the same in all people. Before 1980, courts depended on declaration of observers and accounts as a fundamental wellspring of confirmation. Famously questionable, these methods have since blurred away to the dazzling dependency of DNA criminology. In cases with rehash of criminals, and police can store DNA profiles and contrast them, and the example of other crime scenes as of lately, there have been cases of new people beforehand sentenced violation being discharged, finishing new confirmation submitted DNA testing. Numerous cases beforehand named unsolved of additional been managed through the better approaches of breaking down confirmation. A paternity test is the most authoritative method of affirming a child's paternity, regardless of whether the genuine feelings of serenity or lawfulness issue. The topic of paternity has been more critical and prompting and new enhancements and help with the kid's entitlement to know. There's likewise a developing number of grandparents testing, which can likewise frame some portion of legitimate cases or fill holes in family history. Numerous individuals finding missing relatives and additionally utilizing DNA testing. By examining a man's DNA match, he can set up the families and rejoin connections and reestablish, particularly in situations where individuals from the family are perished. Through grandparents' tests, organic connections would now be affirmative. For example, using Ancestry.com, my family has done it, and we found a few members from out of state that we lost touch with over time. Some pros of DNA are early prevention and treatment of a disease. Similarity as with infection, early findings of illness would significantly help the speedier treatment. The after effects of genetic testing can likewise help your medical service supplier in anticipating the probability in choosing the administration of the turmoil. Furthermore, the after effects of the test can likewise assist one with learning more about the genetic illness and how it might potentially influence them and their relatives also. It also can determine parenthood. Genetic tests can be useful in setting up confirmation of a parenthood of a man for a case like a child's authority and support. The consequences of genetic tests. While truly a few tests can be quite certain in the genetic issue, the test frequently can tell the seriousness of the signs. Additionally, a negative outcome may not be decisive in light of the fact that it's workable for the solitary test and distinguish all the genetic changes and anomalies in a specific issue. Along these lines, extra tests might be important. Something else is that while more genetic issue can be effortless analyzed utilizing these tests, there are still possibly a large number of genetic transformations which are as yet of comprehended. Moreover, treatments and procedures are yet inadequate sometimes. I enjoyed doing research on this topic. I thought I already knew a lot about DNA, and I hope you learned something as well. There are many ways DNA can be used, so keep that in mind the next time you wonder why you don't have the same eye color as someone else, or your body doesn't look like someone else. We are all made differently, and we all are unique in our own way. Please enjoy the video that goes more into depth about this topic. Thank you.